Last year, my son was a senior on the team, and I spent some time volunteering with the Penalty Box Club to help out raising money for the rink and whatnot. And I happened to have a conversation with the athletic director, John Capone, Chris Everon, the rink manager, and Coach Joe. They were asking some questions about my sister's charity and things we had done in the past as far as raising money for it. And collaboratively, we just started kicking the tires about, can we do something as part of, from the team's point of view? And it just evolved, the conversation evolved, and we decided we could do a fundraising event through a hockey game. And we chose the Fermi game, and a percentage of the gate came to VA Charters. Some promotional work was done by folks like yourself and others, and 50-50 raffles, of course, and we brought in some sponsors. And the first event was a very big success. The key was getting the military band involved and the Coast Guard Color Guard involved to bring that ceremonial aspect to the whole thing.
I know you had the American Legion here last year also, which was exciting.
I think so too. Very helpful, and the vets themselves, the VA has been great and very supportive of the event. And I kind of thought it'd be a one and done deal, a one-time event. We raised some good money last year. Took about 30 or 40 guys just off that event alone out fishing. And the Penalty Box Club got in touch with me in the fall, so we want to do it again. I'm like, really? And they said, absolutely. So once again, I started working with the folks, and Steve Dargan, our state rep, is also very helpful in making sure that the Color Guard got official permission from its commanding officers that they can come down in full gear, which they are today. And it's overall a collaborative team effort, and the high school has been absolutely tremendous in their support of this. And it's good for VA Charters, it's good for our vets, and it's good for the high school too.
Let's talk about veteran English charters and VA charters, as you like to call it, Kathy, because you're the boats person in the house, the boatsman in the house, I guess, and it runs in the family from what I understand. Huh?
Yeah, my dad sort of has a long history of using the boat to support various organizations. When we were kids, he used to take the orphans out from the Bridgeport Orphanage. He also participated in the Special Olympics, and later in life he took out a lot of the school kids from the ACES program out, because he always felt like everybody should have the opportunity to go out fishing, because he thought fishing really was the solution to everything.
And it is, really is. I mean, that day out in the ocean is terrific. You know, you have a heartwarming story you can pass along, from one of your charted trips.
Well, I mean, there's an awful lot of really cool moments. I think probably one of the most moving for me was a veteran that we had out who had been badly injured by an IED, sorry. And he was confined to a chair, and he only had the use of his left arm and his right hand. And he was the first person we had out in a chair, and I remember thinking, how are we going to get this guy fishing? I just couldn't figure it out. And he said, ma'am, just duct tape the rod to my arm. So we did. And he fished for 3 hours like that. And for me, that was really sort of a seminal moment. I realized after that this really was a good thing, because I wasn't sure when I started if it was really going to have the effect that I hoped it would have, but after that I was like, nah, we got to keep doing this. It's a good thing.
How can people help out? How people get in touch with you, and if they maybe have a veteran that they'd like to see go out and enjoy a day on the ocean?
I'm especially hoping to reach people who know someone who would really benefit from a trip, but might not find out about it. Maybe they're not taking advantage of the veteran services or whatever. So they can reach us through our website. All our contact information is on the website. Our greatest need right now is people to help with the organization. I have tons of volunteers for the trips themselves, but not a lot of volunteers for sort of the grunt work that goes behind making the trips possible. So people with experience in fundraising, especially people with connections to the veterans community, because as a civilian I don't have the natural connections that someone might have if they'd already been in the service. So anybody who's got connections to the veterans community, experience in fundraising, or business experience, like how to run an organization, because that's really not my strong point. That's where Ed comes in.
Yeah, Ed's good at that stuff. Ed, maybe you can talk about the sponsors who participated today.
Well, today's group is pretty diverse, a bunch of folks in business that already know and support VA Charters, people that have been solicited through myself and friends of mine within the business community. Really a networking thing. Last year we had maybe about a dozen sponsors. That doubled this year. And after the fact, our deadlines of putting our ad program together, everything else, I received more and more inquiries. So once people take their 5 minutes to go look at the website and see what my sister's doing, everybody immediately gets interested. Because there are, as a small businessman, we get barraged every day with requests to help folks out. And I hate to be that way, but you have to kind of weed through the really needy situations versus people just trying to grab some money out of you. And people take a look at that website video and see what she does with those guys. People jump right away. What can I do to help? It's a great thing. So I would say it's growing. the involvement and the information is now out there, and the business community sees it as something that they want to be supportive of. So it's not very hard to network it once they see what we do.
Final. Thanks for all your help. I'll let you go, Kathy. You stay for one more question here. How many charter trips do you tend to do each summer?
Last year, I think we did 16. I'm licensed for anywhere between 15 and 20. So essentially, once the season starts, and it's sort of dependent on the bass run, which usually in a good year will start in the middle of May, we'll fish right from the middle of May right up to Halloween and try to get in between 15 and 20 trips, 6 guys per trip.
Why don't you give out a telephone number and maybe the website?
Sure. The website is www.veterananglercharters.org. And the telephone number is 203-933-3282 or 203-530-3475.
You remembered all that.
I did. It's amazing.
All right. Good job. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Great event.
Thank you.